Hey there, apron wearers and kitchen conquerors. Yeah, that's a little bit cheesy. Welcome back to the Talking Apron. I'm Ann Bernardin, and this is where we stir up ideas to help you live well, eat smart, and keep that blood sugar balanced one bite at a time. So again, I'm your host, Ann Bernardin, and I'm your guide in all things lifestyle, nutrition, and diabetes prevention. And in case we haven't met before, I am a type 1 diabetic. I was a nutrition educator. I've owned a weight loss center, and now I'm a coach to help those folks that are struggling and just want to live well, eat well, and not put themselves on medication. So today we are shining a light on this vegetable that I eat a lot of, and it doesn't get enough love. And that is cabbage. Yep, that's right. That round, crunchy, leafy head you've probably passed by 100 times at the grocery store, and you haven't even looked back at it. You've just continued on. But let me tell you, cabbage is having a really big comeback, and for a couple of really good reasons. So go ahead and go grab your cuppa, whether it be tea, coffee, or maybe it's wine, maybe it's a beer, and let's talk cabbage. So why is it a super veggie? Well, let's talk about what it actually is. Cabbage is part of the cruciferous. That's right, the cruciferous family. It's like broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, and even cauliflower. And it comes in green and red, or I'll put in parentheses, purple. And Savoy is also a cabbage. So each one of these has its own flavor, they have its own texture, but they all pack a punch when it comes to nutrient density. And here's why this really deserves a spot in your refrigerator, or on your kitchen counter, or in your cellar, in your cold spot. So one, it's low in calories. So 1 cup of chopped raw cabbage has about 22 calories, and that is it. It is high in fiber, which helps aid in digestion and keep you fuller longer, which is great for that blood sugar control. It is rich in vitamin C. Now hear this. That's something my dad used to say. Now hear this. 1 cup has over 50% of your daily need of vitamin C. Hello there, immune support. Come on now. You don't need that orange juice. Just stick some cabbage into your life. Also has vitamin K, which is vital for bone growth and also for proper blood clotting. Then you have folate and vitamin B6, which helps make your body stronger, producing energy and the red blood cells. Then you have all those antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, especially in the red cabbage. And when you're thinking red cabbage, anything red, think grapes. That's why they say you can have some wine. So red vegetables, purple vegetables, really good. And if you're managing blood sugar like I am, cabbage is low on the glycemic index, which means it won't spike your blood sugar. It will digest more slowly, and that is a big win for those of us living with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. So how do you buy a cabbage? How do you store cabbage? Well, here's what to look for when you're buying a cabbage. You want tight and firm heads. No limp leaves, no soft spots. You really don't want to be able to grab a cabbage and squish it in. You want it to have a bright, vibrant color. So green or purple, depending upon the variety. Now, cabbage generally is a light green, but you want it to be that vibrant, not a dull color. And then you're going to weigh it. You're going to put it in your hand, and you're going to weigh it. And a heavy cabbage means it's full of moisture and freshness. Then once you bring it home, how are you going to store it so it lasts a long time, sometimes 2 to 3 weeks, is you're going to store it whole in a produce bag in your crisper drawer. Once it's cut, you do want to wrap it in a reusable wrap and use within a week or so, because the air will start browning the edges of where it's been cut. Now, red cabbage tends to last a little bit longer than the green. Now, one of the things I also do is sometimes I have bought heads of cabbage. If you can see this, I am holding my hands if you can't see this, my hands are about a foot apart. My brother grew cabbage, and he gave me this cabbage that could barely fit in my crisper drawer. So I had to think of a lot of different things that I could make with cabbage and then freeze, because that thing was so huge. And as I said, one head can make multiple meals. And it stays better, even if you have to cut off a little bit of the edge, it will stay better longer. And generally when I come to the end, when it's not looking so hot, I will cut it up and I will put it in a broth, and I'll add some frozen meatballs or something I've made ahead and make a soup out of it. And that leads us right into, well, how do we cook with cabbage? Well, cabbage is very versatile. Eating it raw, having it roasted, having it stir-fried, having it sautéed, or fermented. So when you're sautéing or stir-frying, that brings out its natural sweetness. When you're roasting it, that adds this crisp and a little bit of a nutty flavor. And then when you're boiling or steaming, like in softening it for soups or sides, try not to overdo it. Too much cooking can bring out that I'm having a hard time talking today. It brings out that strong, stinky cabbage smell. So if you're cooking it normally, it will not do that. So here are 3 simple, low sugar, diabetes friendly recipes so you can go on and love your cabbage. So first we're going to saute it with a little bit of garlic and oil. You're going to thinly slice the head of green cabbage. You're going to heat the oil in a large skillet. You're going to add some minced garlic if you use minced garlic. If you don't, add in a shallot, sliced and minced. Toss in the cabbage, season with salt and pepper, and voila! You're going to cook it until it's soft with those crispy edges. Now, at the end of that cooking, if you want to add a splash of that apple cider vinegar, go ahead and do that, or a little bit of lemon juice for just a little bit of a zing. Now, that recipe can pair beautifully with a grilled chicken or some baked tofu. Next up is a red cabbage slaw that has a yogurt dressing. So you're going to be shredding red cabbage and carrots. You're going to mix a dressing of a half a cup of plain Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has higher protein content. You're going to be adding a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. That's going to give it that nice kick. And then you're going to juice half a lemon, salt and pepper. Mix it all in, but let it sit. So if you're having a meal, do that slaw first. It is perfect for that crunchy side dish, so adds a refreshing cold flavor. You can stick it in a lettuce cup with some shredded chicken, and you have a terrific meal. Next up is a cabbage and turkey stir fry. You're going to brown the ground turkey with garlic and ginger. You're going to add that shredded cabbage, a little bit of soy sauce or some coconut aminos, and then you're going to put in a dash of sesame oil. You're going to cook it just until the cabbage is tender but still has that bite. Then you get to serve it over some cauliflower rice or enjoy it as is, because it is hearty and it is blood sugar friendly. So, bonus tips. Did you know, and I'm thinking you did, Fermented cabbage, thinking sauerkraut or kimchi, is a huge probiotic powerhouse. It is great for our gut health. And in many cultures, cabbage is a symbol of luck and prosperity, especially around the New Year's. Cabbage water was once used as a folk remedy for ulcers. And while we don't prescribe that right now to speak of, cabbage's long-lasting reputation as a healing food still continues. Now, if you've got leftover cabbage, throw it into soups like I mentioned earlier, make some cabbage rolls, or even add it to some scrambled eggs for a fiber-rich breakfast twist. So to wrap up, now you know what cabbage, it's a champion in the kitchen. It's affordable, it's nutritious, it's versatile, it's diabetic friendly. I challenge you to pick one recipe this week and give cabbage a whirl. Try it roasted, slaw it, saute it, put it in a stir fry. And remember, every small step in the kitchen adds up to big wins for your health. You're not just feeding your body, you're supporting your long-term future. Thanks for listening to the Talking Apron. I'm Ann Bernardin, here to remind you that nourishing your body is one of the greatest acts of self-care. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast, share it with a friend, and check out and find our YouTube channel at the Talking Apron Ann Bernardin for more videos you might be interested in. Tasty tips and tricks and ideas to make your kitchen the heart of your health journey. So until next time, keep chopping, keep smiling, and stay cabbage curious.